Okay, welcome to Lab 3, Managing Failover Clustering. This first video will walk through Exercise 3.1, Deploying the General Use File Server Role. The videos after that will include Exercise 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, and 3.5. Okay, Exercise 3.1, Deploying the General Use File Server Role. Again, this is part of Lab 3, Managing the Failover Clustering in Configuring Advanced Windows Server 2012 Services, R2, part of the Microsoft Official Academic Course in preparation for Exam 70-412. To demonstrate using a failover cluster in this exercise, we're going to create a general use file server using the cluster that was created in Lab 2, along with a shared ISCI drive. We're going to look at what the advantages are of using a general use file server over a scale-out file server. The estimated time for this exercise is 20 minutes. So the first thing we're going to do is log into server 1. Actually, I'm already logged into server 1. I'm logged into RWDC, server 1, server 2, and storage 1 and server 2. So let's go into server 1 and start. Although to practice our safe housekeeping, let's go ahead and shut all of these down. Okay, so the reason behind turning these off before we start on exercise 3.1 and practicing safe, good housekeeping is in the virtual machines, we want to create like a backup just in case. So this one was done before we started Lab 2. So now I want to do right-click, checkpoint, and this is going to be our checkpoint before we get into Lab 3. You want to do this for here, checkpoint, checkpoint, and checkpoint. Okay, again, it's just good housekeeping to always keep an extra backup copy, which is what that does. It basically allows us to restart from that checkpoint in case we make a mistake somewhere during the exercises. Oops. Okay. So now I'll go ahead and start up all my machines again. There's the RWDC. Start. Server 1. Start. Server 2. Start. And storage. And start. And minimize Hyper-V. Go back to RWDC. And again, we're going to log on all of these as Contoso/administrator. So when you get into server 1 and server 2 and in storage, you may have to click on other and then type in Contoso/administrator. I'm going to go ahead and put this video on pause while I boot all these up and log in. Okay, now that we're on server 1 and the server manager, we're going to click on Tools. Alright, Tools, and then Failover Cluster Manager. Okay, let's see here. Alright, so now we're going to expand cluster 1, which we have, and right-click Roles. We want to configure role. Okay, from here we're going to click on Next. And File Server. And then Next. File Server for general use. And then Next. File Server. This should be 192.168.1.63. And then Next. Then we're going to select Cluster Disk 2. And then Next. Okay, here we're going to click on Next. And then Finish. Next, we're going to click on cluster1.contoso.com. And the current host server is server 1, so we're good so far. And then we want to click on the roles node. The owner is server 1. So now we're going to create a file share by right-clicking on File Server. And we want to add file share. Okay. And here we want to do SMB share quick. And then next. Now we want to ensure the file server cluster role is selected. Okay. And then we're going to type a custom path. And this is going to be E:/data. And then next. And then next. And then OK. And then we want to enable access-based enumeration. And then next. Okay, it brings us to question 1. Oops. Which is, what does access-based enumeration do? All right, we'll go on to the next step. On the permissions page, which we're at, we're going to click on Next. And on the confirmation page, we're going to click on Create. And then Close. This selected. We want to click on the Resources tab. And then click the Shares tab. And this is the end of this exercise. You want to leave this open for the next exercise.